Hi, I'm Tom Zompakos. Welcome to the Story Every Thursday podcast, road trip episode this week. I am driving through Georgia on this gorgeous, gorgeous October Friday on my way to the Atlanta Greek Film Festival. Should be pretty good. I think with these movies, I'm expecting really good acting and storytelling, but also a lot of strangeness and tragedy. That tends to be how they go. And one of the things I'm looking forward to most is hiking in the morning before the movies. It was a pretty good deal. One ticket gets you five movies for the weekend and a cocktail mixer. So I guess I'll see who else is around, who else likes this kind of thing, and watch some good films, hopefully. But I'm about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from some really incredible hikes. I think one's called Panther Creek and another's called Tallulah Gorge. And those will be, if they're anything like the photos I've seen, those should be beautiful. Last episode, I mentioned a novel I was reading, the novel The End of Vandalism by Tom Drury, and I recently finished it a couple of days ago now, I think. This book absolutely blew my mind. I mean, I was positive about it the entire time, but really, it just stayed strong. It stayed strong. Um, Tragic comic, really fair, vivid characters. You kind of found all these strange and unlikely scenarios and otherwise very normal settings. The author's very, very talented. The way he put his scenery together with the things his strange characters believe and everything they get up to. I mean, I've said enough about it, really. I'd just say go read End of Vandalism if you like that kind of thing, and you'll enjoy it. I stopped for a waffle on the way up. I think I got up at 5 in the morning and started driving at 7. I was just kind of doing some last minute packing and things I probably should have done last night and just didn't because I was doing other things then instead. And that was great. I got to drive north while the sun came up behind me. Um, so I guess I would, well, let me think. I guess the east was behind me is what I'm saying because it came up in my rear view mirror. And it's just been a perfect day ever since. Low 70s and sunny. I love Georgia. Georgia's a great place to fall in love with America all over again because you can hike to a waterfall somewhere. You can have, you know, some fried chicken and peaches or things like that. And without exception, every time I'm here, I always run into very kind people, and they seem genuine as well. Beautiful place, and it's a great time of year to be here in general. Let's see what else is going on. Not a whole lot. Juan is still down in Miami doing various physical therapies for his foot. And when he can, he's working on editing the film. And I think I've had that same update episode after episode, but I have it one more time. So there we go. There we go. Um, Anything else to chat about while we're here? Well, sure. I went surfing a couple of days ago for the first time in a little while. I think I got into the habit of taking summer off for surfing because the waves are small and flat, and the board I do own, not ideal for those conditions. It's longboard season, and I have more of a mid-tide. But I went for the first time, and it was really nice to get back out there. It's just about the perfect season for it now. And a little rusty, which is what I expect it to be. So it's completely okay to be a little rusty the first time back in a while. But it still felt good, for sure. Let's see. I am passing a giant peanut. And let's see what it is. Yeah, it was a giant brick smokestack with a crown, and on top of that crown was a giant peanut that said Georgia Peanut Farm or something like that. There have been a lot of funny things like that. There was a wood right next to it. You probably saw it as it passed in my window here. There was a giant cow, a giant peanut, and then elsewhere on the drive, there's been a giant peach. So I guess they like to decorate the landscape with giant objects of whatever business is going on there, whether that's peach preserves, peanuts, or a butcher shop. Hence a cow. This is a longish drive for me. It's going to be 4 hours, so I couldn't record one yesterday. So rather, I could have, but I decided I wanted to do the road trip episode instead. And I'm just in that long stretch of it, those long 89 miles where I don't have to do any turns or do any real thinking. So now is the perfect time to record it. Oh, I watched a very famous movie, the movie Heat by the director Michael Mann. And I think the first time I saw this, I was just too young to appreciate it. This time, I really, really enjoyed it. I had been procrastinating. I wanted to see it. I loved the look of it. And of course, it's got legendary actors in it. And it was really good. I remembered some parts of it being good the first time I saw it. But I'd been procrastinating because of the 2 hour, 50-minute runtime. When do I have that type of time and one big sit down, you know? Not too often. The days are pretty jam packed lately. But everything about this was so good. I mean, the color palette is sort of that before the sunrise, there's a blackish navy sky, but there's one sort of red brown band where the sunrise is going to be, but it's not there yet. Somehow it just all looks like that, you know? Just shot after shot, beautifully composed. Great acting, great acting by the bank robbers. It's a cops and robbers story, but maybe the best version of that ever done. And what makes everybody interesting, whether they're a police officer or a bank robber, what makes them interesting is actually their personal lives, the various wives and girlfriends that are a part of their world. And I think the whole movie is about one central question: how much of a personal life do you sacrifice for a larger mission? And the cop played by Al Pacino is asking himself that, and the bank robber, the kind of brilliant bank robber played by De Niro, is asking himself that. There's the scene that I think is part of cinema history where they they know who each other are. The cop's been chasing the bank robber, Pacino's been chasing De Niro, but Al Pacino's character can't prove the charges that he has against the bank robber. So he pulls him over and says, "How about I buy you a cup of coffee?" And then suddenly they're at a diner where they wind up comparing their lives and connecting a little bit, which does not mean that one is going to cut the other a break later on. It just means we're at a small ceasefire negotiation situation here. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to get to know something about each other. It's hard to explain exactly the dynamic, but they basically both make it clear that in their lives, their mission comes first. And they realize that they're more or less the same person on the opposite sides of a coin. It's very famous, but it's really brilliantly done. I mean, you could watch this scene by itself on YouTube, but really it hits much harder when you watch the whole film in one go. So that's the way I recommend to do it. But What else is good about the movie? Val Kilmer, who's always pretty great, plays one of the bank robbers. And I think everything about it is strong. Every performance, the plot makes sense. It's just one of the best ever made. So it's a treat to watch. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and see it. And if you're thinking about watching it again, I don't blame you because I want to watch it again. And that's saying something because I essentially never rewatch movies, or I need a long break in between them because I don't like to. I don't really like the feeling of knowing exactly what's about to happen, and just sitting through it and almost being able to say the lines with the movie. It's just a preference. A lot of people do enjoy that, and I don't blame them. But it's just a preference. But I think I'll be rewatching Heat pretty soon. Can't get enough of this farmland. I hope you can see how nice Georgia is out my window a little bit. But it's sort of clear blue sky, a little wisps of cloud. It's about 11:35 in the morning, and I'm seeing big rolling hills of dead brown grass, big fields of pine trees, and a few dead trees. Now it is October, but I really haven't seen very many orange leaves yet. I've seen a few, but it's not. The leaf change isn't really in full force, at least not yet. I'd say I'm at the point where I can see it beginning to happen. It's beginning to happen. Yeah, there's a tree that's mostly green, but with little bits of yellow here and there. There's a billboard for a peach spa. I wonder if a peach spa is just sells peaches, or if they have a whole spa treatment where it's all peach derived skin products and things, peach derived massage oil and bubble bath and all that stuff, or if they just named it a spa for fun. But I do know I'm not going to pull over to find out because I have places to be. And, you know, is it really that interesting? All right. Not much else to report. So I think I'm going to say that's all for now. Thank you for listening. Next week, I'm going to work on getting Juan as a video guest back on the podcast because we're just due for a checkup with him. I think we are. All right. Be well. Take care. God bless. See you next week. Bye.